Okay, so this is my trade journal for March 29th, 30th, and March 31st. It's only been paper trades. I'm not going to be trading live for a little while, for another week or two. So paper trades only. And the first trade I'm going to go over is play PLAY. It's pretty simple. I was took the bounce here right off the 9 EMA. I was a bit hesitant because it's the 9, but I went ahead and took it anyway because we were at the top, very top here of the resistance, so it looked like a clean breakout. I took a partial here and I took another partial here. I probably could have added here, but instead I just went ahead and took my just held until I hit my second target here, and there was a third target at 50, but I was not able to watch my screen, and therefore I couldn't have any more what do you call it, just automatic trade setup, because I already had one set up here, and once this was executed I didn't get back to my computer until around this time. So I was able to make it to second base, which still not too bad. So that's that trade. To grade it, I would rate the setup a B, my entry a B, execution was a fail. The overall trade was a B plus. So the other trade I took was bounce / breakout on ROKU. The price action was just awful. I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. I just took it just because 9 was holding, and we started trading above resistance. So I got in. However, once I was in, I recognized that the linear regression line channel was pretty much at the top of this, so I didn't think it had much room to go to work with, but that was after I got in, so I just knew if it started coming down at all, I'm gonna get out at break even. I tightened up my stop. I didn't give it much room, and I basically was stopped out. And I'm not mad at that either, because, and even though I missed out on all this, I didn't want to take a chance, and I likely would have got stopped out somewhere over here, well, maybe not, but I didn't want to chance it too much. I realized I made a mistake not fully vetting the stock, but once I saw that linear regression channel, I knew I needed to just keep everything more tight, risk tighter on this. But that was my day. The only 2 trades I took for this trade, the setup. I give it a C. Execution fail, entry A, overall trade C. So that pretty much sums up the day, the 29th for me. ROKU, like I said, break even, and the solid play on play. So the next day, on the 30th, I only took one trade, and honestly, I didn't really like it to begin with. I just took it just to be taking it, pretty much, and yeah, I just entered. I didn't fully vet the stock either, so I didn't have a lot of comfort, or I wasn't too comfortable trading it. But it set up, it broke below here, and I just went and took it, and it really didn't do much. Immediately, it kind of looked like it could go my way, but it started struggling pretty quickly, and then I was stopped out here. So, I mean, the setup is set up. I mean, there was nothing wrong really with the setup from what I can see. The only thing wrong was I didn't spend enough time to wrap my head around it. But after looking at it, it's a fine setup. It just didn't work. So to grade the stock or grade the trade, the setup would be an average setup. C, my entry. C, execution. A, overall trade. C. That's it. Lost about $100 on this day. So the next day, the last day of March, 3/31. There's only one stock I traded it twice. I think I came out green. I got in here. I wish I could have got closer to this bounce, but I got in on this candle, thinking it was gonna retest the previous high. And once we started trading below here, I went ahead and got out. Now, I did manually get out instead of allowing the stock to fully test my stop level, which was I can't say a mistake. But had I gave it a little bit more room, which I was able to, this could have been just one green trade. But it started trending, losing to 20. So after this candle, and then I saw this big red candle, I just figured, okay, it's time to get out. But it bounced back and fooled me. But I can't really be mad at taking a loss on this one, simply because it didn't hold. So to grade this trade, I would give the setup a B. My entry, C. Execution, fail. Overall trade, C. Now this trade was a bit risky. I don't like to trade the breakouts like this. Had I gotten in around here, this would have been really, really good for me. This is the area I like to get in, but I missed it. And so by the time I saw it, after these two candles printed, the spinning top and the breakout candle, I just entered on a new high. Luckily, the previous resistance became support and started working its way up. I unfortunately was not able to watch the trade because I'm working, so I just exited all here. But if I was able to watch, I would have took partial here and then partial at 14 or so for a much bigger trade. But also, since I got in here, I had to buy less shares so that way I can give it a good amount of room to test at 20. This is why I like to buy this area, so I could buy a lot more shares. But it didn't work out. I mean, it did work out still, even though I bought not late, but just a different type of trade. The setup, C minus, C. The entry, C. Execution, A. Overall trade, B. Yeah, that's it. Those two trades on that one stock basically ended up positive 76. So small gains, but I'll take it. Yeah, that's it. 3 days worth of trades. Only took about 1 to 3 per day, and so we'll see what happens on Monday. Deuces.